Hello and welcome to People of the Net, a show where I read Reddit stories about people all over the internet. My name is Eve and the theme for today's episode is friends and friendships because there's zero drama when it comes to that. Literally zero. Every single human relationship type that exists has its problems, and for friendships, I think they just hurt even more because friendships are so deep. And yes, like relationship breakups are hard, but friendship breakups, they hurt more because you've probably known them a lot longer and you've told them more things than you would tell your partner. I don't know, I've never had a partner, but I've had friends. It'll be interesting to see what kind of stories we'll be reading about today. As we're reading these stories, we're gonna leave reviews. So we're gonna rate them out of 5 stars and then we're gonna leave a 5-word review because that's how the internet works. It's full of ratings and word limits. Okay, let's go. This story comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for refusing to reimburse my friend for a chair that broke under me? I, 25 female, was at a friend's house for game night this past weekend with a group of about 6. Everyone brought food and drinks and we were having a good time when about halfway through the night I got up to use the bathroom. When I came back, I saw that one of the girls had moved from the chair to the side to my space on the couch. This didn't bug me as people shuffle around in groups, so whatever. The chair was an antique wooden chair that sat a bit lower to the ground with an added back/butt cushion. When I sat down, it immediately broke, sending me to the ground with the seat under me and the arm frames falling to the side. Everyone got quiet for a second before jumping up to help me. I wasn't hurt, just very embarrassed. For context, I'm a bigger girl, about 260 pounds at 5 foot 7 inches. My friend, 27 female, was very gracious and nice about it when it happened, accepting my apologies and telling me not to worry. Her boyfriend, 29 male, said that the chair was his grandmother's and it has fallen apart before and he was able to repair it. Okay, I was scared. I was like, what is he gonna say? Okay, anyway, I was ushered back to the couch and game night continued. Fast forward to the next morning, I received a text from my friend who let me know that the chair couldn't be put back together and that from her research it would cost about $250 to get a new one, but she'd let me know exactly how much when she found one. I was a bit taken aback and responded confused, asking why I would be expected to pay for a faulty chair. She said that while yes, on occasion the frames would become unattached and cause it to fall apart, but that's not what happened this time. She sent me pictures of the broken chair, particularly a bent support and 2 other broken supports. She said that the chair broke under my weight and it couldn't be fixed, and since the chair was an antique from her boyfriend's late grandmother, she wanted a new one for him. I responded saying that the chair was very old and had a history of collapsing. If they were concerned about preserving it, they should have not had it out for people to use, and $250 for a chair I sat in for 1 second seems a bit ridiculous. At this point, she seemingly got frustrated and said that she loves me, but that I'm her biggest friend and that it wouldn't happen to anyone else. She said, "It broke from your weight plopping down all at once, not because the frame was loose. I think it's only fair you reimburse us for the chair since you're responsible for breaking it." I'm still figuring out how to respond. I don't want to pay her for something I don't see as being completely my fault. I also think she's using the scenario to shame me about my weight a bit, which I find frustrating. My friends' opinions are mixed. A few are saying that I should just pay her and move on, even though it's not exactly my fault. One thinks it is my fault and I should pay up, and a few more think she's in the wrong for asking and I should continue to politely decline. I'm the asshole for refusing to pay. Interesting scenario. Obi sat in the chair for 1 second and it broke. And you said that it has broken many times before. And like Obi said, if it's so precious to you and so important to you, you shouldn't have it out for just random people to sit on. Especially when it has broken down before. And now you're taking the chance to use your plus size friend, her biggest friend, and push the blame all on her. I think it's even worse because at that moment they were like, no, it's okay, it has happened before, you're fine, like let's just carry on. But then after that you switch up and you're like, actually, can you like pay me back for that? It's rude. If you wanted her to pay you back for that, you should have just said it up front switching up on her and saying it after the fact, after you told her like it's okay. It's just very, it's weird. Let's read the comments. Someone said, the person who moved from the chair to the couch broke it. You were the fall guy, literally. Do not pay. These people are using you to replace a chair that was already broken. I forgot about that part. Someone literally moved seats. They know that the chair is already broken. It has broken many times before and they still leave it out and let people sit on it. It's their fault. They should have replaced the chair long ago or kept it in the attic or whatever, since it has so much sentimental value. It's not your fault. Do not pay for that. Do not. And also, I don't like to just tell people to like leave their friend or like break up with them. This person is using your weight as an excuse for you to pay this chair, for the damage. And they called you their biggest friend, and that if it had been anyone else, it wouldn't have happened. When you look at that friend, you will think about that. So I don't know if you want to still be friends with them. This person is not the asshole. Okay, let's leave a review for this. I'm gonna rate it 3 stars out of 5 and 5 words. You no break, chair break. Okay, next story. This one comes from Am I the Asshole, but it was reposted onto Am I the Devil. Yay! Am I the asshole for staying in a hotel while my friend was trapped overnight inside the airport? I think we know what the verdict is, but okay. My friend and I, 20 female, recently went on a trip to the UK. I actually have a UK passport since my dad is British, but my friend had to get a UK visa. We were supposed to take 2 flights, one that would arrive in France and another connecting flight that would fly to the UK. However, the second flight ended up being cancelled. The next available flight wasn't until 2 p.m. the next day, so we would have to wait around 17 hours. The passengers were allowed to stay in nearby hotels for free. However, this didn't apply to people like my friend, who wasn't legally allowed to leave the airport because she didn't have a visa for Europe. Instead, she had to stay within a specific area of the airport that had these bright ceiling lights that would stay on 24/7. There was construction nearby, so there was this extremely loud drilling noise every so often. All the available seats were taken by other passengers, so my friend had to sleep on the floor. Plus, earlier that day, water got spilled on our phone chargers and her phone was only on 40%. I had the option to stay with her, but I chose to go to the hotel instead. She was furious with me and accused me of being a fake friend. She told me she was scared of being alone in a creepy, unknown place and wanted me there to comfort her, and I assured her that I'll be back by the morning. She said that I was acting selfish for not even spending one night with her. But I hadn't gotten any sleep in over 24 hours, and I didn't see why both of us had to suffer. Am I the asshole? Yes. You guys are traveling together. You guys stick together. Why would you abandon your friend? You already said like, oh, there's no chairs, there's this loud drilling noise. It's miserable. I don't know why my tongue clicked while I was talking. But you already talked about all these bright ceiling lights, how horrible this living condition is, and you still choose to abandon your friend. You don't see why both of us had to suffer. Maybe because friendship, no empathy. Like you see how uncomfortable it is, and you don't want to be there. You think your friend wants to be there too? No. And why are you abandoning her? Why are you abandoning them? You guys could have made it fun or something. It would have been more fun if you were there. Instead, you chose to abandon her in a place where she was illegal to be in. It's a horrible situation that both of you were in, because you guys are traveling buddies. You guys should be sticking together. I know, you go and get your hotel, girl. Get your free hotel. Someone said, yeah, you're the asshole. That was a really shitty thing to do. On a smaller scale, it reminds me of a friend who told me she wanted to go to a certain touring Broadway show with her and how she was excited to see it with me. I couldn't afford the $300 seat she wanted to buy, but said that I could afford the $100 seats about 15 rows back. She just brushed me off and said, well, this is where I'm sitting. She was very surprised, Pikachu, when I told her she would have to enjoy the show alone then. We are not friends anymore. That was 20 years ago. I still keep in touch with her sister, and from what I understand, my ex-friend only has one friend whom she sees maybe once a year. In her sister's words, she's lucky this friend lives far away and only spends 7 days with her in a year, or she wouldn't even have that friendship, and has never been able to keep a romantic relationship for more than a few months, and it's all due to that type of selfishness. Consider the fact that what you did was even worse. It wasn't just wanting to sit away from her in a better seat, it was abandoning her in a foreign country where she was scared. Major asshole thing to do. I know you're only 20, so I'm willing to give you a tiny bit of leeway due to that, but please learn now that your whole "why should both of us suffer" attitude will not serve you well in life. You'll lose many more friends than you make, you'll be alienated at work, and you'll find yourself alone more often than not. Selfishness like yours isn't attractive, not even to other selfish people. Hell yeah. I don't know why you would rather be separated. It's just so selfish. I just can't imagine being so selfish. I'm just so selfless. I just cannot even begin and imagine, like, wow. But like, yeah, I legitimately though, like, how do you go through life like this? And listening to this story, this person lost a friend over Broadway seats. She said it's not a big deal. It's Broadway, it's a big deal, okay? And she invited you. And she wanted you there, but then she was like, no, you'll sit in the back, I'll sit in the front. Then why do you even invite her? That's so weird. If you invite someone, accommodate to them because they're doing you the favor of agreeing to your invite. Anyways, this is not the main story. For the main story, 20 years old, there's only one. By the time I'm posting this, I'm probably turning 19 in a few days, so 20 years old. Grow up. Sorry. But yeah, you're the asshole for sure, and that was a verdict as well. Okay, let's rate the story. Insane story. I'm gonna rate this in terms of how much of an ass people are, okay? That's how we're doing this. The first one, okay, a chair broke. This one, in another country, in a foreign country, you abandon your friend. 2 stars. No basic empathy, no friends. Bars. Next story. This also comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for refusing to take my shoes off in my friend's house, causing his wife to cancel the D&D session for everyone? Not the Dungeons and Dragons session. Oh no. Okay, posting this on a throwaway because my friends know my meme. I, 38 male, was invited to a D&D session with 4 other people at my friend Alex's, 34 male, house. When I got there, his wife answered the door and immediately asked me to take off my shoes because they have a strict no shoes policy due to them having a crawling baby. I explained that I have a medical condition called epidermolysis bullosa simplex. I botched that. EBS, okay? Which makes the skin on my feet extremely fragile. Even mild friction or pressure can cause painful blisters and tears, so I have to wear supportive shoes with cushioned orthopedic insoles at all times, even indoors. Walking barefoot or just in socks causes me pain and can lead to bleeding. She suggested that I put grocery bags or socks over my shoes, but I told her that that's unsafe for walking and honestly just insulting. She said she can't compromise her baby's health for my comfort. When Alex came to the door, he told me to just deal with it for a couple of hours, or I wasn't welcome inside. I told him I wasn't going to risk injuring myself over a D&D session, and if my shoes were that big of an issue, I'd respectfully leave. As I walked back to my car, I overheard his wife telling the other guests that were already there that the night was off because I made a huge scene at the door. Later, I got a group text from Alex saying that he was cancelling D&D night because it's not fair to expect everyone else to pretend nothing happened. Some mutual friends say I overreacted and could have just sucked it up, while others think Alex and his wife were ridiculous for ruining everyone else's plans just because I decided not to stay. So, am I the asshole? TLDR, I have a medical condition, EBS, that means I have to wear shoes indoors to protect my feet. My friend's wife demanded that I have to take my shoes off during D&D night for their crawling baby's sake. I told them I would not participate and they ended up cancelling the whole session. Edit, I should add that I texted our friend group chat a few days ago about my concerns with my condition because he changed the location of the meetup to his house instead of mine. Alex reassured me that I shouldn't worry about it, so I didn't bring my indoor shoes. Okay, so here's the thing. You have EBS, right? You have a condition with your feet. Perfectly okay. I have feet conditions too. Let's not get into it. It's not EBS though. If it was, I would have been able to pronounce that, am I right? You had to wear shoes indoors, and her friend's wife was like, okay, you can wear the shoes, just put grocery bags over them or socks over them or something. And you said no. Even though she requested something from you for the safety of her child, and then you said, for my safety and for my health, this is what I need to do. And she said, okay, let's compromise. You can wear your shoes, but wear socks over it or put grocery bags over it for it to be safe around my child. And you said, whatever, I'll just leave entirely. Like, no, I can't do that. It's frankly disgusting that you will make me do that. Like, dehumanizing that you'll make me put grocery bags over my shoes. Do you see how stupid you sound? You are the asshole because she's accommodating to your needs by saying, okay, you can keep your shoes on, just do this. And then you couldn't do the same back. And I don't understand. I don't know why. You can't just suck it up. You guys are playing D&D. Dude, you are sitting down for the whole session. It's a tabletop role-playing game, which means you're sitting at a table playing a roleplay game. And this is how you act. It's not like you're walking around the whole damn house. You're sitting down. Just put the damn bags on your shoes. Someone commented, don't know why you couldn't just cover your shoes with bags. Another person replied to that comment saying, this is the answer. Maintenance people do this all the time when they enter homes. It does not affect how well you walk. It seems like it would have been a good compromise. You're the asshole for thinking this is insulting. Now, people are talking about the edit and how that changes things. To me, it doesn't. Your friend said, don't worry. Maybe I'm an overthinker. So, as for me, as an overthinker, I would have still brought my indoor shoes anyways. But if you have indoor shoes and you have outdoor shoes, like, okay, someone commented. When he posted the follow-up comment saying he has indoor shoes but chose not to bring them, that's where my mind changed. So this dude knows he can't go shoeless inside due to his medical condition, has indoor-only shoes to wear in his house so he doesn't dirty his house up, but can't be asked to do so in another person's home where they were invited to, who has a baby crawling around on the floor. Yeah, definitely the asshole here. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You already have indoor shoes. Why wouldn't you bring your indoor shoes when you're going to be indoors someone's house? What are y'all doing? Playing in the backyard? D&D in the backyard? But like, bro, just suck it up. You're grown. You're 38 years old and you're acting like a child. Okay, let's leave a review. Okay, I'm giving you 3 stars because, hey, at least you're not abandoning your friend in another country. You're just a dumbass. So 3 stars. Hope your D&D character dies. Next story. This comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for not cancelling plans to be there for the birth of a friend's baby? Okay. So I, 27 female, reconnected with a childhood acquaintance, 29 female, recently when she moved to my city. My dad and her mom used to work together. We weren't close growing up, but when she moved to my city around 5 months pregnant, she reached out. I know how lonely it can be to move somewhere new, so I agreed to hang out and tried to help her settle in. When I moved here, I didn't know anyone either, and now I'm the only one she knows. At first, it was fine. I did little things like I drove her to look at apartments, she didn't have a car, helped her to run errands, and my dad even built her furniture when she got an apartment. My dad came to visit me for the weekend and we spent it helping her settle in. She has no support system. The baby's dad is out of the picture and she's unemployed. Not sure how she's funding everything. I genuinely wanted to be kind and supportive. I even introduced her to some of my friends and she was so rude to them and then wouldn't stop talking poorly about them. And then things escalated. She started demanding I go with her everywhere. Doctor's appointments, grocery shopping, even to do nails. She started jokingly calling the baby our baby because I've been around so much. She'll say things like, our baby is craving fries from McDonald's, and beg me to get them for her. She even offers to pay me. She refuses to use meal delivery apps because she doesn't trust that they won't do something with her food, she says. This has been going on for months. Fast forward, I'm a bridesmaid in my best friend's wedding and flying home Puerto Rico for 4 weeks to help with the shower, rehearsal, wedding, and even organizing her closet in her husband's apartment while she's on her honeymoon. They don't live together until after the wedding. When my acquaintance came over and saw me packing, she lost it. She said I never told her about my trip. She said she was counting on me to be there for the birth, which will definitely happen while I'm away. I leave tomorrow and she's ready to pop any minute. And even expected me to move in with her for the first month after the baby was born to help out, since I have nanny experience. She also told me she was planning on me watching the baby on the days I work from home, 2 days of the week. I told her I wasn't cancelling my flight or shortening my trip. Now she's furious, saying I'm abandoning her and the baby, that I'm all they have. She's posting about me on social media saying I betrayed her. Her mom, who lives in our state just 4.5 hours away, is commenting and encouraging her. I told my mother about this, and she also said that I was a bad friend to leave her and her baby when they need me, that she agrees moving in is a lot, but I should be there during the birth, only travel for the wedding, and then come back to help with the meals, etc. And told me she won't be picking me up at the airport tomorrow because she knows I'll do the right thing. So am I the asshole? Goodness, no, baby. What the hell? You were so kind. OP showed her so much grace and being so welcoming, but this person just wanted her. It was kind of sad how clingy she got and how attached she got to OP. OP even tried to expand her circle because obviously she knew like I'm the only one that she knows in the city. She tried to expand the circle and her friend was like, no, hating on them, talking shit about them. And then her mom is now like, I know you'll do the right thing, sweetie. It seems like that effort that OP is putting in to help this friend, this acquaintance, sorry, she said acquaintance, I will say acquaintance too, it's not being reciprocated. Like, it doesn't seem like the friend cares a lot about her either, because it's a two-way street. Friendship is a two-way street. I love you, I help you, you love me, you help me, that kind of thing, you know? It seems very one-sided, and especially because OP is calling her an acquaintance. Yeah, it would seem so, because it doesn't seem like the friend is trying to like get to know her even more. It's like she clinged onto that one person that she knew was in this city, and that's crazy. Clearly she would choose her best friend over an acquaintance. That's normal, that's okay. Like, yeah, that's your best friend. You're gonna be at her wedding, do the rehearsal, and help to organize her freaking closet because that's her best friend. She's probably been there with her through thick and thin. But this acquaintance, y'all, it's been a few months. You've been clinging as heck. Like, yeah, she's obviously going to go and fly to Puerto Rico for this wedding for her best friend. And weddings are not like a spur of the moment kind of thing. Like, this probably has been planned for months as well. Probably way before you even came back into her life. But like, why are you being so, I'm trying not to say bitch, but you're being a bit bitchy, a little bit. She needs a better support. She needs a support system, but she's refusing the help. She's refusing it, and everyone is allowing her to act this way, enabling her. Yuck. This is a top comment, not the asshole. I could barely make it through this with how awful she sounds, and this isn't even a friend, it's an acquaintance. I can understand why the baby daddy is out of the picture and she has no other support system, to the extent that she's now relying on a childhood acquaintance. Quote, I even introduced her to some of my friends and she was so rude to them and then wouldn't stop talking poorly about them. Yeah, not loving that, trying to trash your friends to convince you to spend more time with her. She refuses to use meal delivery apps because she doesn't trust that they won't do something to the food, she says. Honestly, this whole thing just sounds like she's trying to control you and get you to do shit that's totally unnecessary. When my acquaintance came over and saw me packing, she lost it. She said I never told her about my trip. This person is insane. Expected me to move in with her. She also said she was planning on me watching the baby on the days I work from home, 2 days of the week. Run, OP. I would have blocked her as soon as I left. She's posting about me on social media saying I betrayed her. I try not to throw this word around lightly, but this is a narcissist. Told me she won't be picking me up at the airport tomorrow because she knows I'll do the right thing. I'm sorry, your mom also appears to have lost her mind. I'm not even joking. I would block this person and never speak to her again. You've already done too much and she obviously doesn't appreciate it. She was instantly ready to publicly smear you when she didn't get her way. Yes, you didn't say OP is exactly like me. I probably would have found myself in the same situation. But you need to say no. You need to say no, okay? I think she might be a little bit in love with you. Maybe. I don't know. But like, she's calling her child, you guys as child. Our child. Yuck. Yeah, run. Go to Puerto Rico and stay there. Order an Uber. Y'all live in America, right? Uber. Sorry, I was gonna say take a Grab, but this is America. Honestly, I don't know what to say. It's kind of blatantly obvious that you are not the asshole in the situation. Don't feel bad about cutting her off, because yes, she doesn't have a support system, but also when you were trying to expand her circle, she was rude, she didn't want it, she just wanted you. So just let her go. She's very weird. She was so quick to do a smear campaign, like they said, on social media. Do it too. I mean, not do it too. Like, go meet her level. Match her freak. Go to the airport by yourself. You don't need your mom. You can do it. I believe in you. Let's rate this. I'll say this is 2 stars. Acquaintance baby trapping is crazy. Last story comes from True Off My Chest. My best friend helped me change my mom's diaper. When I was 18, my mom had stage 4 brain cancer. She was in home hospice, comfort care at this point, and was no longer really conscious. She just slept 24/7. Her body was shutting down. Since she was bedridden, she wore diapers. Just part of the process. Once a day or something like that, a nurse would come by, administer pain meds, turn stuff down, and clean her up. Between nurse visits, her care was up to us. My dad, siblings, all 18 plus, and I took turns spending days and nights with her, so she was never alone. On one of my shifts, my best friend had come over to keep me company, despite knowing the uncomfortable situation she'd be walking into. She didn't mind. We set up our laptops and we played Sims next to each other. Still, I was checking on my mom regularly. One check, I noticed she definitely had a BM, bowel movement, aka poop. I wanted to get her cleaned up immediately, but changing a full-grown adult's diaper isn't easy to do alone when the patient can't move themselves around at all. I felt bad doing so, but I asked my friend if she would mind helping me out. She didn't even let me finish explaining that I would do the dirty part. She just stood right up and said, "Yeah, let's do it." We kept disposable gloves on hand for this, and still always washed up after 2. I could do all the changing really. I just needed help rolling my mom onto her side and back into a comfortable position. I'm just going to be real here. It's been so long ago now, 7 years, that I don't remember exactly, but I know it smelled bad. I know it was messy and gross. She wasn't on the feeding tube anymore, so I'm not even sure what was coming out at that point, but it was kind of foul. I was definitely not one to let my mama sit in a mess or feel infected down there either, so I cleaned her well and took my time to do it thoroughly. I could have done things quicker, but I don't feel they would have been done as well. My bestie, she didn't say a word about it. Never seemed bothered. She actually just seemed really happy to help, even with such an uncomfortable thing. She was just so respectful and kind and there for me and my mother when I needed her. She didn't rush to leave after. She didn't complain ever. She hung around longer and still asked if she could do anything else to help. To this day, she has never even brought it up. Like that was just a Tuesday for her, nothing more. I love her. She lives several hours away now and I miss her, but we keep in touch. And anytime we talk, it's like we never missed a beat. We're just right back where we left off. Some people are just too good, and she is definitely one of those. Her hair was dyed pink at the time, and before my mom completely lost consciousness, she nicknamed her Lovely Pinky. Go find yourself a Lovely Pinky too. I don't know what I'll do with mine. This is so sweet. I love ending off with a sweet story because it's always good after reading a bunch of stories about shitty human beings to be reminded like the world is not all that bad. There's still nice people out there too. There's lovely pinkies out there who will clean your mom's poop with you. And it's really sweet to just have that person. I would like to think I have one or more. My own lovely pinky. And yeah, I don't know what I would do without them. And you see the difference with this story and the other one is that it's not an expectation. It just is. Let's read some comments. Hang on to friends like that. Sometimes they are just meant to be family forever. I hope to be, what was it? A lovely pinky to somebody else as well. We can always wish to have certain kind of friends. I think it's more important to be the kind of friends you want to attract. You know, someone commented, you scored a tear from me. Not me. I sucked that tear back in. But yeah, I'm gonna rate the story 5 stars. Okay? This is really like 5 stars. It's all the stories you read today, this definitely a 5 star. Friendship always wins. Lovely pinky. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of People Off the Net. Let me know what kind of other stories we should cover, what kind of themes we should have in future episodes, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.